My brothers and sisters, you are now watching the Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need! And I hope you enjoy the video. Yo, 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 what's going on, my brothers and sweet sisters? Hope everybody's having a, okay day today. Hope everybody is staying, safe out here in these next generation streets, truly, because boy is it as crazy as ever. I was just saying how, like, bro, once this year is over, it's like if we get to 2021 at this point, bruh, 2020 is gonna be one for the history books. We are literally living in history right now, like. Just with everything that's been going on this year, like, Kobe passing, you know, that just seems like it was eons ago at this point. And I was at the beginning of this year, like, bro, just all the stuff that's been going on this year. We've had World War III teasers, let's see, a worldwide pandemic, whole bunch of celebrities dying, you know, riots and protests, of course, with all the George Floyd stuff going on, which I wanted to talk about that. It's just, I really feel like years into the future, like, they gonna have 2020 inside like a history book in class. Like, this is everything that was going on in 2020. I really feel like we're living in history right now. So it's just, even though there's like a lot of chaos and like craziness and negativity going around right now, I really feel like yeah, we're just like living in history right now. So it's kind of, in a weird way, kind of interesting to me. But yeah, man, I did want to touch on the you know, I'm sure you guys have heard about the George Floyd, you know, killing that happened, you know, and all the riots and protests that's been going on in Minneapolis. I don't really like to talk about these stories too often because it's just like, it just seems like, okay, who's next? Like, these stories have come and went so many different times, and it's like nothing really changes. And it's just like, is this going to be yet another story that, you know, people are doing, you know, riots and protests right now, but in the next month or two, all is going to be forgotten, and then we just wait for the next, you know, black dude? I'm not sure if you guys seen the actual well, at least the video that I seen was like 9 minutes, you know, of you know, the whole of how the cops were treating George Floyd, and how the one cop had you know, his knee on his neck the entire. What made me the most angry, even throughout George, you know, saying he can't breathe, and, you know, he was crying for his mom, grown man crying for his mom because he knew that his life was in jeopardy. What made me the most angry is, even when the ambulance people got there, when the paramedics got there, that cop still made sure to leave his knee on his neck. And it was just like, the people on the street was like, what are you doing? Get off. Like, he was no threat at all. He was handcuffed. And I think, because there was like two angles, you didn't even see the other two cops that was there, because in the video you see the Asian cop that's on the sidewalk trying to get the people to step back, and then you see, you know, the officer that killed George Floyd. But if you look at another angle, there's two other cops like holding down his legs or something, and it's just like, it was clear that this man was no threat at all, yet that officer, he knew what he was doing. He was trying to kill that man, and he succeeded in it. And even when some of the people on like the street, like, I think there was like the black kid, which he was talking in like the vid to say, yo, get off the dude, get off the dude. When he approached the cop that had his knee on a George's neck, he took out that mace so fast to get him to like back off. And it's just like, bro, a lot of these cops are literally serial killers with a uniform. That's really what they are. And like, until some of these cops are made an example out of. Did you see, bro? I can't believe what Trump said. Trump literally got one of his tweets, like, it was like muted. I think it's still up, but I didn't even know that Twitter could do that. But Trump pretty much said to an extent, like, hey, we gonna start killing Americans. God, this joke ain't funny, but it's just like, bro, this is the president saying this joke. Like, what type of wild timeline are we in to where the president of the United States, I think he says something like, when the looting starts, the shooting starts. Pretty much insinuating that if this looting keeps on continuing, we gonna start killing y'all suckers. That is literally crazy. And Twitter literally muted his comment, but I think it's still up, but you have to like click on it and like it has like a little warning on it. It's just like, bro, what are we living in right now? So how can I say this? But yeah, with all the rioting and the looting, I've seen that Target burnt down. That's the first thing I seen, and it was like someone had recorded like inside of the Target, like while like the fire alarm was on. That junk literally looked like the Purge. Like people was trying to break inside the cash register and like take and like get the money out. That junk literally looked like the Purge. It really did. And yeah, so you seen the Target be burnt down. I think I saw a auto zone burnt down. Just looting everywhere. I don't want to say I condone it, but I will say I understand why they're doing it. It has been proven throughout I think black people, and you're seeing white people, out there in the streets too, protesting next to the black people, doing this stuff and stuff like that. It's been proven. I think people are tired of having these peaceful protests and singing "We shall over" and nothing happens. It's been proven throughout history that gets you nowhere. So I think a lot of people are saying, "F it, we fed up. We about to raise hell until something is really changed." I at least in my opinion, I think that's why a lot of this is going on right now. People are like, okay, peace don't get you nowhere. We got to start pushing back, and this is how we going to do it. Maybe at some point y'all do want to stop, because if they keep on burning down these buildings, y'all gonna wake up one day and be like, all right, I gotta go to oh crap, we burnt down that building. Like at some point y'all do have to stop. At some point, y'all are going to have to stop, because it's like, bro, y'all do live there, and once you need groceries or, whatever, somewhere to go to, you ain't going to be able to go no more because you burnt down that place already. So, I don't know if you guys seen that video, because after the cop that murdered George Floyd, his house, I guess like there were like a lot of people like outside his house that same night. They literally, there had to be, I'm not even joking, in that video I saw, it looked like there was 300 cops and SWAT team members like outside his house protecting him. And it's just like, bro, this is not just like a few bad eggs in like the police force. This is literally like almost a mob that sticks up for each other even when they know they're doing wrong. It's a mob, bro. They are literally like a mafia. They just so happen to have a badge and like, can do whatever they want because they're supposedly protecting and serving us. Right. But yeah, that was crazy to see. There was some I thought this show was so funny because it's just like, out of all the things you take, that's what you... It was some white lady, I think it was the Target video. You seen her running out with 5 lamps. Lamps! You see people taking lamps and pillows and stuff like that and spatulas. I'm like, out of all the things you could take out of Target, and that is what you grab. So I'm trying to take some stuff that like I can actually use and that is like really expensive. These things are taking the most like... Who cares about a whatever, but you seen a lion like just in the street just walking around. I'm like, bro, what are we living in right now? Complete chaos. But again, I'm not saying that I condone, violence and rioting and stuff like that. You did see there was some fat white lady that was in like, you know, one of those you know, electric carts, whatever, and like it was saying that, you know, she was attacked, but then in another video you see her with a knife, and apparently she was like on her it's kind of funny just thinking about it like this, but you see that she was on her electric cart, riding on her electric cart, stabbing people that was looting. And it's like, that's why she was attacked. People didn't just, you know, see this old white lady on an electric cart and just like started hitting her for no reason. At least the video that I seen, you see her with a knife in her hand, and she's lit. This is not funny, but it kind of is. She's literally on her electric cart, riding, going by, like doing a little electric cart drive-by, stabbing people. And then that's when, you know, people turned their attention to her. But, you know, they tried to twist the story, whatever. I don't know. But, people, especially black suckers, black people are tired of singing Negro spirituals. Suckers is tired of being peaceful and singing "We shall overcome" and nothing happens. They're tired of it. So I feel like a lot of people are like, you know what? We tired of doing the whole Martin Luther King, strategy. We're gonna start taking the Malcolm X strategy and start pushing back. I don't know if the Asian cop got fired, but I know the cop that killed George, he did get fired. But nah. It gotta be more than just that. It has to be. Like, if he just gets fired, and, you know, most likely because I think he's been with the police force for like what, 20 plus years. Most likely he's set for life anyways. Like, if he just gets fired and then just, you know, gets to live out the rest of his life, nothing was accomplished. Like, every single cop that was involved in that, you know, scene needs to be prosecuted, in my opinion. That's really the only thing. And until these cops are made, until the cops that, you know, do these things are made a real example out of this, the next story is gonna continue to happen, you know, next after next after next, until something is really done about this, you know. Yeah, rest in peace to George Floyd. Rest in peace to all the young black boys and men that, you know, have been in a situation like this, and, you know, came out with the same result, being murdered, and stuff like that. Condolences, you know, to George Floyd and his family and stuff like that. And yeah, man, y'all please stay safe out there, especially if you black. I'll catch y'all boys later.